This video is brought to you by Dr. Kristen R. Bromley's Guitar Method Book Series and Online Music Academy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen Bromley. Welcome to my online academy. I love being here helping you with playing the guitar. In this video, we're going to continue to work with G and A that we learned in the last video. We're going to be reading some melodies that stay on the top 3 strings of the guitar and within the first 3 frets of the guitar as we're learning to read standard music notation with the guitar. It's going to be great. Now, this video does accompany Lesson 3 from my note reading books 1 and 2 method book. If you have that book, you're going to want to turn to pages 19 and 20. We're going to be jamming together on the songs from those pages. Now, before we go ahead and play these songs together, let's just review the notes. On the G string, we got that open G and that second fret for the A. So that open G, oops, I played the D string. The open G and then the A. So open and 2, and we want to make sure and play that A note with our middle finger. So we got open and 2, G and A. Then on the B string, we've got B, C, and D. So you got open, 1, 3. And then on the top string, we've got E, F, and G. Again, open, 1, 3. Now we've read from all of those strings, we've read, and we used some exercises. We jammed together on some exercises in the last video. Now we've got some melodies that are going to be a little bit more random. Just to get sort of warmed up and ready for that, you might want to go through and just sort of test yourself a little bit. You can play like we just did with each of those strings, going back and forth. G and A, G and A. Then on the B string, you got B and C. Go back and forth between B and C. Go back and forth between B and D. And go back and forth between C and D. Just reminding yourself where those notes are. And then on the high string, you got E and F. You can go back and forth between E and F. You can go back and forth between E and G. And you can go back and forth between F and G. Just kind of reminding yourself where those notes are. You can actually play a little bit more. You can skip. We could go every other line. G, B, D, F. So I'd have G, then I've got the open B, then I've got to find that 3rd fret for the D, and I've got that 1st fret on that top string for F. So I'd have G, B, D, F, and then I could come back down. D, B, G. Might want to play through that a few times. Reminding yourself of the names of those notes as you're doing it. Sing them out loud. You could do it backwards. F, F, D, B, G, B, D, F. So you can remind yourself of those. So with that, we're going through the lines. G, B, D, F. We could do the spaces as well. So we got A, C, E, and then we know G sits on the top of the staff. So you got A, C, G. Ace is spelled by A-C-E, A-C-E, C-A. But if we add that G, A, C, E, G, E, C, A. And you might want to go back and forth between those ones a little bit. And you've got the G, E, C, A. And you could go that direction as well. Generally speaking, melodies have a lot of stepwise motions, so if we know how to move from one note to the next with whatever's adjacent to it, we're in good shape. And then we got to find the skips as well. So when we skip every other line, we're doing skips by thirds. You could actually do skips by fourths as well. That gets a little bit trickier, but if you went to the G to the C, for example, and you went from the A to the D, and then you could do the B to the open E, and C to F, and D to G. That could get you going there. You could even do skips of fifths and go further and further and further. But right now our melodies stay pretty much within the thirds for the most part, and then there's times where they do have the bigger skips. But just playing some little exercises, even just testing yourself. Can I find a B note, for example? Oh, can I find a D? That can help you memorize where these notes are. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and jam together on these melodies, starting with number 6, found there on page 19. So we'll play number 6, number 7, and then we'll go over to the next page and do 8, 9, and 10. So each of these is going to happen at 2 different tempos, a slower tempo and then a faster tempo. And the drums will just give us a lead in, and then we'll be right in that melody and read all the way through. As you do this, you can do what's called sight reading, or just read all the way through it. If you find a place where you're tripping, you're going to want to stop, pause, and work that spot. If you can't keep up with the slower tempo, then you may want to just pause and work the whole melody at a slower tempo, gradually bringing it up to the tempo that's happening at the slower jam along. You can also just say the names of the notes as they're happening with the jam. That can help you as well, and then try playing them. Okay, it's going to be super fun. Let's go ahead and jam together on these songs. Okay, I hope this is fun for you and that it's useful for you and that you're starting to really grasp this. In the next video, we're going to do the rest of the songs found with Lesson 3 in the method book. It's also a great idea. You can go back. The more we move forward, the more notes we learn. Sometimes it's easier to go back and actually read and jam on those songs that were found previously in the book. So it's always okay to go back, work on those. That sort of locks things in. Sometimes as a warm-up, when I'm working on something, I'll go back and read things I've done previously as sort of a warm-up, and it's kind of fun, it's easier, and then I come back and work on the more challenging thing that I'm currently working on. Okay, so in the next video, as I mentioned, we're going to do the rest of the melodies that go with Lesson 3 in the method book. It's going to be great. I'll see you then. Thanks for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And be sure to check out more great content. You can find more information about me and my products at KristenBromley.com. Take care.